Hi, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. If you're looking for a job, you can post your resume with us. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the important Spring interview question: Spring framework auto-wiring by name. What is auto-wiring? See, for example, I have a class called department, and there is a variable called employee inside the department, and employee is itself a class. Okay, so in order to Spring to automatically inject this object into the department object, we need auto wiring. So in the traditional way, I want to show you the XML file. In the traditional way, the employee property will be injected by this property tag. This is how we used to do. Okay, so I have mentioned a property tag and employee, and the reference is employee. So what will happen is it will try to find out another bean with employee, and it will try to inject in this property. Okay, this is how we were doing it. This is a traditional way, normal condition. But using autowire by name, I can specify a tag, an attribute called autowire, and I can mention here the value is by name. What this means, autowiring means, so I don't need this tag at all anymore, because autowiring is going to happen automatically by Spring framework. So Spring framework takes the responsibility to check for each variable. Okay, now we have employee variable, and what it will do is, in the Spring configuration file, it will try to find out, is there any other bean which has the name as employee. So if you see here, we have another bean definition which has the name ID as employee. So it will try to inject this bean automatically in the department object. Okay, so that's called as auto wiring by name. So I want to repeat. So whenever you start the application, and Spring container will read this XML file, will try to parse these bean definitions, try to register these bean into the context. While doing that, it will try to find out, okay, auto wire attribute. If the auto wire attribute is set, then what it does is, it will check for each variable name, is there any bean definitions available in the same configuration file. If it is available, it will inject those bean definitions in the department. So this is what auto wiring means. Let's read this. Spring container looks at the beans on which auto wire attribute is set by name in the XML configuration file. It then tries to match and wire its properties with the beans defined by the same names in the configuration file. If it matches, it will inject those beans. So let's start the demo. Department has 3 attribute, and employee has 2 attribute. I am setting all this stuff here. 2 attribute I am setting. The third attribute, it has to auto wire automatically. Employee has 2 attribute, I am setting it. Okay, so I am going to start this application context. So the moment I run this, the first line, class path XML application context, it will load that XML file, and it will try to find out the employee bean automatically, and it will try to set in the department object. Let's see that. If you see here, I've just put a breakpoint here, set employee. The employee object is prepared properly, and it is setting in the department class. Okay, so our department is ready now. If you see here, all those 3 properties, department ID, department name, and employee. If you see, it has complete parameters. So this is how the Spring is helping us to get all the attributes or variables that you need in your object. Whenever you request any object or bean, it will auto wire it, and it will give you the completely loaded bean. Okay, so this is how auto wire by name works in Spring. Hope this video is useful. Thank